Hi, and welcome again to the studio. Today, I'm taking you on a little farewell tour of my creative space because I have to pack up this dog and pony show and move to Nashville. I have loved creating in this space. This might be the best studio that I've ever had. I thought a little tour would be a nice way to document all that this space has given me. This is my printmaking, painting, and illustration studio, located inside the home my husband and I rent in Atlanta, Georgia. I've made some work that I'm really proud of here. The real MVP of this studio was this awesome double window, and with the nice Georgia weather, I was able to keep it open for much of the year. Here, I'm surrounded by everything I need to be creative, gathered over many years. I love the way the afternoon light filters in, spilling warmth across my drawings and scribblings. David had some gorgeous red oak left over from a work project, and he was able to make me this beautiful custom corner desk. It's where I spend most of my time, so it was worth the effort to get it just right. I love my shelves. They're just simple planks on a rail, but this is beautiful chaos to me. I use it partly for tool storage and partly for display. I've collected a lot of treasures in my 39 years, and I spend a lot of time staring into space, so it's nice to have pretty things to stare at. You'd be surprised at how much just staring is part of the process. This beauty is my press, a Richardson medium etching press, which I crowdfunded for years ago. Over here is what I call my wet table, where I roll out my ink, apply inks to blocks, and do fabric printing. It's an old warehouse shelf that was headed for the dumpster, but David rescued it and cut it into 2 tables for me. Underneath, I have my materials organized into labeled bins. A beautiful original painting by one of my favorite illustrators, Rebecca Green, watches over me while I work. Right over my inking plate is where I store my relief inks and modifiers, as well as other printing tools. I organize my inks by color and hang my brayers to keep the rollers safe from dents. My sharpening tools, India and walnut inks, palette knives, and rags live up here, along with an Eiffel Tower pencil sharpener that I won in 7th grade. Around the corner is what I call Studio B, or the dry room. It's like my office, library, and mail room. I essentially do all my paper trimming, order packing, paperwork, and less messy projects in here. Over here is my office tower, which houses my printer, papers, packing tapes, label printer, light box, sewing machine, all that stuff. And of course, there's a little spot for Celu by the vent. I like to lay my handmade papers totally flat on this table in the corner, and it also holds one of my drying racks. Next to that is my library, where I keep the books that I reference most often. I like to set a timer for my reading so I don't slip into a black hole. But besides pleasure reading, I have a lot of research to do for my novel, so I set aside time for that too. Is it weird to be proud of your book collection? Because I am. It's tailored perfectly to my tastes and interests, and so many of them I can say had a significant impact on my life, my thought processes, or my practice. Continuing on around the room, we've come to the dry table. This is where I pack orders, trim paper, and above it hangs my ceiling-mounted drying rack. My studio has gone from coffee table to kitchen to classroom to basement to spare room over the years. No matter the size, condition, or location, it remains a holy, sacred space. It's where I feel most at home, most myself, most free, most brave. When I'm in here, every risk has a reward, and every failure is a step closer to mastery. The mistakes are plentiful and they are gorgeous. I am fearless here. I'm a god of my own little universe, bringing into reality the thoughts in my head. Goodbye, studio. Until we meet again, reassembled and reconfigured in Tennessee. Thanks for coming along on the tour. Like and subscribe.